All right, welcome back to Technolab for you. This is one of the programs that we train you, we teach you, we share with you, and we learn with you. So as we are learning PHP Advanced and tunaona zoti tiko za kupanga bwanji kuzana ndi connection, how to connect the database to the PHP, taona kale izozo. And then now what we want to do, we want to go forward. So for us to go forward, we should do some few changes. The community yamba kubanga tisinta ababa because you remember we created these two folder. We created folder called DB access, then connection, and in the connection is where we placed our file called index.php. So for us to do that, we need to change. We'll need to change the name because we want to use now this file as included in other part. So what we are going to do, we're going to change this, and remember it's opened here, so we'll close it here, and then you come here, change it to db connector, db connector. So with that, and we'll just open it back here so that we know it's open. And we are going to use this file to be included in our app because we wanted this. We are not going to be calling every time to be writing this code when you want to access database, but we'll be including it every time and then. So with that in mind, then we are going to create another file back now. So we are leaving connection, we are coming here, we create a new file, which is going to be index. So now we have the proper index because this is where the app will be reaching when it's opening, and it will be opening through here. Index, yeah. So fine. With that in mind, we open it direct here, and after that, we do the code. Okay, we do the code of PHP, and yeah, we are good to go. We are good to go. So we are going to do the includes, and for the includes, we are going to add. Uh, Remember the folder location. It is in connection and connection. Then db connector dot php. All right. So with that, I think our line number one is done. So we used the include. If you remember, we looked at this when we was looking at PHP. This assists the code we are saying to be part of the file we are working in. All right. So if everything is good, I love to go like this. Let us keep on trying one by one. So you see we have DB access index. So we can do that. We can go to localhosts, lesson, DB access, and yeah, it's working well. Our index is working, our connection is working, so we can do now quick things. So remember, we are dealing with this database is called PHP database, and its roots. For those that haven't seen it, let us look at it. Let us look at it. PHP, my admin, and with that, we can go to database and the PHP database. We have student, we have stream, we have enrollment. So yeah, so with this, we are able to go forward. Yeah, we are able to go forward. PHP database. So whatever is in this database, now we can add, we can do a lot of stuffs together. So the first thing that I'm interested to do, I'm very interested to first see what is in the database. That's very important. If the database is already set or has already content, but if it doesn't have the content, you need to add. So in my case, the thing already there. So I will just go inside and see what is inside there and access it. All right. That's what I'll do. That's totally what I'll be doing. So remember, we have an object in this file called DBA, database access. This is the object we're going to be using to access our content going forward. So how do we do that? We are going to have first, we have, they like to call it a statement. You can call it anything. STM, and that will be now taking the object that I reminded you about, DBA, remember, database access. And from there, that's we can call that's an object of PDO. That's a proper way to look at it. DBA, then we are going to be use prepare. After prepare, we are going to pass the command that we want to use in this database. So in prepare, assist us to have a certain command. Why is so much important? We are going to see as we go, but it's very good to use prepare than execute directory codes for the security reasons of your web app and the database content. Okay. So here we're going to say select all from where? Where do we want to get data? Students. I think we added some data in student last time using P database using PHP MyAdmin dialect. So we have content inside there and we can access it and we can deal with it easily, friendly, and to the point. Yep. So with that in mind, I can say we are almost done. So with this line of code, this line, it gets a result, or it's prepare. Actually, doesn't get a result. It's prepare this particular command of SQL to be executed in database, but also the same object will be the one now calling. So if this will be executed, will be the one calling the result of database that we are looking for. So what we are going to do, I'm going to execute this database, this command by saying stmt, which stands for statement, and then I execute. Yep. So by doing that, I'm saying, please, I want now to make this code run. Boom. It's like pressing enter. If you are familiar with commands, that is almost like pressing enter. And from there, I can use for, while, or any other. People use whatever they choose, but today I will use for each. For each, it will be my, and I'm getting comfortable with this subrime because you press a lot of shortcuts. But yeah, let's leave that for another day. So here I'm going to put, where they say variable, I should say the variable that will have the content. So the variable that has the content is stmt, okay? And as the key, I should say, I will not have the key and value thing. I'll be just having a row. So I will say like that. So this is my row, mean that the code will be grouping in that particular returned table and give me by row one after another. Right. So from there, I will now go forward and say, what do I want to print? I can say print raw file, raw data, and then I can say, please give me that. Give me that. And with that, if I remember the comma, and I will be able to get data that I'm expecting. So one more thing, I'll be happy to write a comment. This code will execute and and what happened? Query and yep, and return data from the database. All right. So this code will execute and return data from database. Yeah, that's simple. That's simple. That's simple. Very very simple. And here, oh God, here I'll be looping row one row after another, one row after another. Good. So this, if everything is set well and good, I'm sure I should be getting result anytime soon. If everything is set well, I should be getting result as soon as possible. So we remember this. This is our PHP index access. Let's see. If everything is set, let's see what we get. We get a problem. They say unexpected dot somewhere. Where should that be? Yes. These errors are interesting, man. You remember, I don't see where. Can you see the problem? Here. So here we should put this because this is not anything until it has this. So when we have DBA, and if that's a real DBA, then it should have the dollar sign, and that dollar sign will assist us to be able to go forward. So if I save that, then I'm good to go. Okay, boom. So this is what they returned to me, which is so much interesting. I don't get what it is, but they say array, ID, blah, blah, blah. A lot of code grouped together, which means the data is being returned from the database. I can go a little bit. I can specify. Now I can specify by using, if they say it's an array, I can use ID or associative weights that are associated to the value. So how will I do that? I can say, first of all, I can say 2. So if I look at this lizard here, if I look properly at this result, I have ID, which is having index 0. I have name, which is having index 1. So if I want name, I will put 1. If I want location, I will put 2. So let me put 1 so that I can get all the names. And I can come here and say echo and here, because I need to make sure that it makes sense to me to. Oh, I will. We'll look at that later. Okay, so with that, if I do that, I get Oscar Banda, Chimwemwe, Kamatasi, Dirumana, Chimwemwe, and Damian Banda. All these people are talking about database Yatru. So this means one stage at a time. This thing is working. And if I want to modify this result, so if I have the result, so if I'm going at this level, actually, I will not even need this particular print error because that's it's for complex data. But if you have specific data which is string like this, you totally don't need that. You can go direct, put echo, get the data, put the table surrounding, blah 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 blah, format the code, and you are good to go. Okay, so with this means that we are done with the first part, which is using PDO to query data to get data from the database. And this is using select. We use the method called prepare and method called execute. The method prepare is where we put our code, but the method execute is where we pass our if possible, our argument, but if not, it's the one that does the whole magic and we get the result. So, thank you very much for being with us today. This is from Technolab, where technologies are being created. We create application for mobile, desktop, and web app. We are very close than you can imagine. Please let us make your next big application. We have all that you want, different languages that you can be interested in, and we can make it as easy as affordable. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and comment. But what I want you to do as a homework, because I want you to do now one thing. I want you to get a student whose ID, so let me write here the homework or your work is get a student who whose ID is one. Whose ID is one. So if you get that ID, if you get, you can do that. You are going to use the same prepare and the execute. But the secret is you are not supposed to pass this number as dialectors here. I want you to pass this number to the execute. So you are going to find how can you do that, but I'm sure you can do it easily. And put it in the comment below, and then we will keep on discussing and talking until we build the best application at the end of the day. Thank you very much. It's from Technolab. Bye. Bye.